Sports at 2023 match between Nashville SC and Colorado Rapids tomorrow here at Geodis Park. We're very excited to welcome Nashville SC players, Shaq Moore and Aníbal Godoy. Let's move on to the questions from the media on site. Please feel free to raise your hand to ask any questions. Let's go.
Guys, this is the first time in this competition, obviously very new. What are the expectations when you go into something like this?
Yeah, like you said, it's a new competition. Obviously a little bit new for everyone. But yeah, it's another competition to compete. Another, opportunity to go out there and get minutes for guys who maybe don't have as much, and another opportunity to get a trophy. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to compete to the max, and hopefully we can get as far as we can.
So Gary Smith, after the Cincinnati match, said that they're going to take this time to kind of reassess and see where the guys are at and see where everybody. It's been a week since then, obviously. How has the preparation gone, and how do you feel physically and mentally and all that?
Yeah, it was good. We got a few days off, so that was good for everyone to kind of reset a bit. And now we're back at work. We had a good week of training. Everyone's back. Godoy's back. All the Gold Cup players are back as well. So yeah, I think it's been good for everyone. A breath of fresh air a bit, and now switch focus to another competition that we want to get as far as we can in as well.
We've already seen a lot of motions of this league in just one day competition. The Messi stuff in Miami with his goal and everything else, but also the penalty shootouts. We never see that stuff, and he went to I don't know how many rounds last night in Vancouver. So a lot of stuff is different. What have you seen? What do you think of all the forward and stuff, Jack?
No, I think it's good. Obviously, like I said, it's a new competition. I think it's good that the penalties are fun for everyone involved. Whether that's the fans or that's a player, it brings a different intensity, a different adventure to the game. So yeah, I think it's good for the fans both here in Mexico and all over the world really who's watching. So like I said, we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we can give a good showing.
Well, there's a quick turnaround between what you were doing in the Gold Cup, all the emotions involved there with the national team, and of course following what Nashville was doing at the time and all that. Now you come back home for a very important new competition. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like what Chuck said, I think is good competition for compete. I think for me, I want to win every single game. I want to compete every single game, and it's a good opportunity to win trophy and also to try to take one spot in the CONCACAF Champions League. We have chance to try to compete in CONCACAF next year, and this is big opportunity for us.
Annabelle, on knockout soccer and group soccer, congratulations on Panama's run
thank you.
In the Gold Cup. So what would you say are the keys to having a successful run in a competition that involves playing in group and then knockout matches?
I think the group, we have good group, we have good team, good family. I think this is the more important after like when you play inside the field, is the more important for us in that competition, short competition. You have so many games, you have time to rest, short time to rest. It's like play, travel. You don't have time to training. The more important is to stay together. This is why we show during the Cup. I think everybody try to fight it for every single teammate, and after football is try to win and lose. Hopefully we want to win the final, but one team need to win, and Mexico have chance to win, but I think for us it's good tournament.
And Nashville has a very experienced roster. How important could that experience be in a competition like this where there is a lot of game management and competition management that you have to think about?
Yeah, it's short time, in that cup, for example, after the first game we played Colorado, we have four day off, not day off, but we have 4 days to try to training again and to try to turn and to thinking about Toluca, and after Toluca we have like 4 days off, I think.
Like that,
to try to go to play the next round, and we need to go in like game per day, because if we thinking about to try to think about Toluca and we don't play against Colorado, it's difficult for us. In that short tournament, you need to win every single game and to try to take the most possible point we can.
Thank you.
When you look at Colorado, what do you see? You had 2 great results against Colorado last year. What do you see with Colorado coming in tomorrow night?
Yeah, I see a good team. Obviously, maybe in the table that doesn't really reflect that. I think they've been kind of unlucky with a few results, but we know they're a good team. You know, good wingers, good midfielders. You know, playing, and yeah, we just want to make it difficult as possible for them. Obviously, we're playing at home, and we went on a little bit of a tough run, but we're eager to turn it around and hopefully get a good result in the first game against Colorado.
Does it feel like you can put it aside MLS regular season right now, and you're saying, is it a good time for the tournament to come in, just to be able to get a breather from it and turn your focus towards this tournament style?
Yeah, I think it's a good time. Obviously, like I said, we had a tough run, so maybe a little kind of disconnecting a bit from the league and focus on other games might be a good opportunity for us. Obviously we want to get as far as we can, work what we need to work on, get as much rest as we can, and hopefully go as far as we can in the Leagues Cup and also for the final part of the season.
How just lastly for me, how important was it, given your success last year, the fact that you don't have to travel, you play your 2 matches here at home? Is that nice to just be here for a while, and for Annabelle coming back from Gold Cup as well, just to get your feet under you?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, playing at home, you always feel more comfortable at home, especially with our fans. You want to continue to give them stuff to cheer about. Obviously, we had a good run last year, and I think that that reflected well on our seeding this year too. So like I said, it's a new competition. We want to compete to the maximum, and hopefully go as far as we can.
What should fans from Colorado, and especially newcoming fans from Toluca, expect from the environment at Jones Park?
I think they should expect like a very electric atmosphere. Obviously our fans come out, in bundles, so I think it should be a good atmosphere for everyone involved. Whether that's our fans, their fans, everyone looking. We all know I think it's a top environment to play in the league, and yeah, I think it should be a good one.
All right, then we move over to questions from our media who have joined us virtually. We're going to move on to John Lupo. Just give me 1 second so I can allow you to talk.
First of all, Annabelle, congratulations on Panama's run in the Gold Cup. That was really enjoyable to watch.
Thank you.
For both of you, do you feel like with the Gold Cup ending not that long ago, and this being a similar tournament, obviously, if you get out of the group stages, you'll be in the knockout rounds. Do you feel like being in that mentality and being in that space, that I know there's US Open Cup every year, but the fact that you just recently came off of the Gold Cup, do you feel like having another possible knockout tournament, this style, this type of tournament, so quickly after the Gold Cup and being in that frame, do you think that having that Gold Cup so recently helps you prepare to be in that mentality for a tournament like this?
Yeah, I think it's different tournament because in the Gold Cup you have 14 in group stage. We have only 3, and 2 go to the next round. I think, and also we have more day off to try to recover. In the Gold Cup is different. You need to travel a lot. You have less recovery. Here we play home. We have time to show our quality in home. Everybody know. We're doing really well in home, and it's a big opportunity for us to try to win something, because I think Nashville deserves to win something in the last 3 years. We know, like when we go inside to the field, we want to win every single game, and also we have chance to win something for the club.
Wonderful. Now we go to Drake Hills with our last question.
This question is for Shaq and Annabelle. I'm curious about how you guys see the opportunity for not just obviously you guys are they're frequent players, starters. There are some players from Huntsville, as Athletic's coming, and some other players from Huntsville City FC. Is this an opportunity perhaps to maybe get a more holistic approach from the team, of guys getting minutes that they don't usually get, especially for you, Annabelle, coming right after the Gold Cup, and obviously Shaq
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone. You know, obviously, the more games you play, the better for the group, the better for the club. Obviously, you know, we know a lot of guys have played a lot of minutes, but I think, you know, as a group, we're good enough to rely on anyone, whether that's the starters or the guys come off the bench. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for everyone to get minutes, to play, and also for, you know, the more habitual guys to, you know, to keep their rhythm as well too. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for the club in general, and I think, you know, we're gonna do well in it.
We thank Shaq and anyone for joining us.
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we're thrilled to welcome Nashville SC coach Gary Smith.
Tough act to follow here, right? Tough act. Hey, Scott. DD. Come.
Welcome, coach. All right, we'll take questions. Please raise your hand. Claudio?
Coach, anytime you, I believe so, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna ask you. Anytime you play Colorado in MLS competition or this cup, it always probably brings back good memories about winning the MLS Cup at one point. But also, that part, but also, is it different when you or the guys play a Mexico team, like it happened to America, that emotional game, also went to penalty kicks and stuff. Is it different from the feeling of playing an MLS team when Mexico comes in?
Yeah, are you talking about the comparison between Colorado and Toluca within the same group? Yeah, of course. I mean, there's always going to be some emotion for me personally, and of course there's other staff members here that were part of that 2010 Cup win. There's a lot of water gone under the bridge now, though. There's a lot of people moved on. You said I had good times there. There were mixed emotions. It wasn't always good, but there were some lovely moments there, of course, and we loved our time there. I just think in general, we're going to run into two very different teams here in the group stage. We ran into Colorado last year, and there was a reasonable understanding of what they were about. We haven't seen an awful lot of them, certainly on the field and in a competitive sense. We can look at footage, we can try and study how they play, what they're trying to achieve, but the bottom line is nothing really replicates running into teams and the emotions and the feelings you get out on the field. And as far as Toluca are concerned, you know, no experience whatsoever. And I listened to one of the commentators last night in one of the games that we're on, and you know, made a really good point. It's probably going to take some playing time in the game, certainly against Toluca, to work individuals out, to work their pattern and style and some of their trends. And there's going to be some adaptation needed from the players because they won't know their opponents and what they're capable of, and you know, maybe what some of their weaknesses are. So it's an intriguing setup. You know, two teams that we've not played this year, and you know, both of them are at home. So we'll certainly look forward to that.
Gary, we saw that you have up to 30 spots you can take in terms of your squad to the League's Cup. You still have a few spots left. Are you saving those for any incoming players?
Hoping. Yeah. I'm sitting there like that every day. So yes, I'd said to Mike, listen, let's keep those spots and we'll both keep our fingers crossed, and if something works out, then we've got some space. So yeah. At this point in time, I'm just utilising the group that you've seen, the players that have predominantly featured. You know, I'm talking about the bench and the outfield players that you've seen. Those guys are going to be taking the weight of this competition and tournament. There are some players that have been registered from Huntsville, but we're fully fit. And I think at this point, you know, we'll be looking at utilising those players. But who knows? You know, if we move forward and there's that opportunity, I'm sure it'll be a great experience for some of those guys.
It's been a while since you've had your full squad available to you. We just chatted with Hannibal. I think this has been the first time in a number of weeks. How important is that for you to finally have your full squad that you can select from?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting month, 6 weeks. You know, we've the start of that period of time, the guys moving off to Gold Cup and picking up a couple of injuries, and then of course running into some other difficulties that see players unavailable. So really, really pleased to have everyone back in the building first and foremost. It gives me an opportunity to work out at this current point in time what the best group is, what the strongest group is to go out and get a good result against Colorado. And then that may well change based on what we see and obviously what happens in the game against Toluca. But I see no reason why we won't be in a very competitive place for both of these games.
A little bit different stakes, but we have a familiar opponent in Colorado and a new opponent in Toluca. What should both returning fans and new fans on the Toluca side expect from the environment at Geodis Park?
Well, yeah, anyone who's not been there is in for, I think, an exciting evening. Number one, I mean, look, I've not watched the game there other than obviously down on the touchline, but I've not experienced the actual, the environment, the tournament on its own. And there will be teams that have their own ideas and feelings on what this looks like. The league season is a long 34-game slog, if you like. And I do think that this situation in particular gives everyone a little bit of an opportunity to shift their focus. And actually, in these one-off occasions, see a little bit more excitement. There's got to be a finish to it. I think that part of it, even in the group games, gives it that added edge.
All right, now we go on to John Lupo. Please, John Lupo, go ahead.
Thank you. Gary, just two quick questions. First of all, I know that the roster has not been finalized yet, but how heavily do you think that you'll be rotating the squads for these two matches? And secondly, you mentioned that the turnout in the matches last night, the competitive nature of them, and the atmosphere and the energy from the fans in the stadiums. Do you feel like, to further expand on that point, while you're obviously focused on Nashville getting out of their group, do you feel like that this is also an opportunity on a bigger and broader stage for MLS to show just how much the gap is closed between them and the Liga MX?
Yeah, look, to your first point, I do think, certainly from where I sit, the team will be the strongest team that can go out on the field given where players are at physically. I'm not going to put anyone at risk, and the situation that we find ourselves in. So to that point, you take out of it what you will. We're carrying problems as every other team is, so I'll look at it in very much similar way to a league game. And you may well find that, there's a bit of rotation as we move through these games. As far as the competition goes, I don't know there's ever a time, certainly when you're talking about the level that we are, that there is a friendly or there is a situation where you're not under the spotlight. I guess we could look at pre-season where, you're out of market and you're in an environment where there's not your home support, or lots of eyes on you. And maybe at that point, you would say, you know what, okay, the scoreline doesn't really matter that much. It's about the progression. We're at home. I'm expecting a good crowd. It's important for us to continue, more importantly, to get back into some form. And I see this competition as a great opportunity to do that. So players are under pressure every time they walk out on the field, especially at home.
Thank you so much, Coach. And with that, we conclude the Leagues Cup official press conference for Nashville SC. We encourage you to please join at 12:45 Central Time, Colorado Rapids official press conference as well. The Zoom link is available on Leagues Cup Media Resources.